Do you remember the 2001 season?
Oh, do I? You talking about who pulled the big upset? Oh, heck yeah.
It's over! Oh my God! It's over!
They say that that's basketball-wise, one of the teams that put Hampton on the map.
I mean, that's one of the most historic accomplishments in our history.
But they're picked as a 15th seed, which, you know, often the so-called lower level conferences, they're lucky to get in, and they're usually 16th. It's a 16-1. Sometimes you get moved up to 15, but still, it's like you're going to lose. But they get Iowa State.
What I would say it is, we'll play anyone anywhere, and they sent us to Boise.
A 15th seed, it was just powerful to see them working together and knowing that they had developed all of that. It's a work of art, them being able to pull it all out and pull it all together.
We knew that we were building something special as we crescendo to that 2001 season.
And that triple threat of LaShawn Howard, Marseille Brown, and Tommy Adams. You got Tarvis Williams. I call him the rain child, and that means that he was bringing it from above. Tommy Adams, I call him dialing up from downtown. He would bring it from outside. Just an amazing group. Such chemistry they had.
Everyone really bought into who we were and what we were going to try to accomplish. And you don't accomplish great things without that total buy-in, and that group had it from day one.
That Hampton team probably had 2 or 3 players who could have played at any major Division I school, but they were playing against teams where 12 of those roster players were high school All-Americans, or Mr. Basketball, or McDonald's All-American. So it's warlike. We were outgunned on the battlefield, and it was a miracle that every now and then we'd actually beat these teams in the tournament.
That was a team, I guess, maybe unbeknownst to everyone, that totally believed they were going to win.
It would be one thing if you had popularly named individuals, folks that everybody knows, but nobody knows these guys. They just happen to show up to play for Hampton all at the same time.
Just a very mature group in that matter that, nothing really seemed to faze them after they had established the confidence that they had.
It's a game of runs, and so you either have to be the one that initiate the run, or you have to be the one that survives the run.
The real turning point was Tarvis had picked up his 4th foul not late, but maybe mid-second half, and we had to sit him out, and Iowa State went on a run. And I think there was about 7 or 8 minutes to go in the game, and we just said, we got nothing to lose.
But now Hampton isn't about to just lay down and die. They're battling them. It gets down to a tie game with seconds left.
Can the 15th seed upset the number 2 seed in the West? I think it can happen. A lot of weapons on Hampton's game. Jefferson will inbound. Inside, the big fella. Iowa State pushing, time running down. Tinsley off the iron.
That's it. Yeah.
Unbelievable. The 15th seed upsets the number 2. And what a comeback in the second half.
To be honest with you, I don't, when that buzzer went off, I don't remember anything until David Johnson had me in his arms, and I can hear it like it was yesterday. I got you, coach. I got you, coach. I got you, coach.
If Johnson hadn't caught him first, he probably would have done a cartwheel. It's just in the moment. That's that good stuff, that good energy from basketball.
He raised them up in the air like in The Lion King when the lion lifted Simba up in the air. Yeah. Pandemonium. The Iowa State coach is like walking around dazed, like just looking like, this didn't happen. How could this have happened?
Fourth time it happened in history for a 15th seed to knock off a number 2 seed. Powerful, powerful. A great statement, great statement. That's something that can never be taken away from them.
The whole community, the Hampton Roads community, all the way to Williamsburg, really made everyone feel special and latched on to the program for sure.
We were able to bring the team to some of the schools, and the kids knew them. It was a wonderful celebration for both the university and, of course, when they won that game, like I said, just put Hampton on the map. You got sports announcers talking about this home by the sea.
It was a great accomplishment, and we're trying to get back to that. We want to get back to the tournament and have an opportunity. And that's all you want, one shining moment. You just want to get your school in the tournament somehow, some way. And congrats to that team. They etched themselves in basketball history, and it means a lot.
Respect was there. The next year, we went to North Carolina and beat North Carolina at the Dean Dome. One of the first game, might have been the first game of the year.
Hampton had a good run time I was at the Daily Press. I remember they beat the University of North Carolina in the Coliseum.
And when you do that, there's a belief that across the nation, right? I mean, in a 3-game period, we had beaten Iowa State, we lost to Georgetown in a really close game, and then we beat North Carolina. And all of a sudden, Hampton became a national name in the basketball world. And when it becomes that, people will start recognizing Hampton for more than just its basketball program.
Being able to look back and see the shoulders that we stand on, and that's the lesson that we try to make sure the new athletes that are coming in learn, that this just didn't happen overnight, but there is a legacy that they're becoming a part of.
Guys who just want an opportunity, they'll get an opportunity to build a brand for themselves, get an opportunity to help us win. And we have to do a good job of maintaining an opportunity for them to graduate from Hampton and protect our legacy.
Coach Thomas in particular, I know what his heart is, how he's expressed himself. I see the energy that he has on the court. During the game, I see the passion that he has, that he wants the best for the young men.
I know Coach Thomas from his days at Providence, and I think he's the right guy for the job. And I see him building the same sort of program that isn't just a one and done. It's something that is there to stay.
I spent years in the Big East, and I spent quality time with Coach Murfield when he's at Creighton. And he used to always talk about his time here in Hampton, the wonderful time that he had in the team. Oh, he's a heck of a mind, and picked his brain and gave me a lot of advice. And so it means a lot that, he believes that I can one day get this program to where he had it at, and maybe even further.
Basketball is basketball. Sports are great, great building blocks. But the bottom line is you're preparing these young men to become men to the level that we coach that basketball team, with discipline, with love, with friendships.
Tommy Adams has been back. Tarvis Williams has been back and spoken to the team. Marseille Brown is still doing things in basketball, come back and spoken to the team. So yeah, it's great to see them on this level, but then see them on another level, and then still come back and give back to the program.
When we give a young man an opportunity, he doesn't let it expire. Like, come here, work hard and defend your game even more, because I saw something in you. And if we see something in you, be accountable to the potential that we see and work to get it out.
I'm almost positive If you talk to a Tommy Adams or if you talk to a Marseille Brown, they weren't thinking about the impact that they made. And now it's several years later and they're still being talked about. And as they continue to take advantage of those moments, it created the monument now that we call Hampton University Athletics.
If you got to see those guys today, 25 years later, what would you like to say to them?
I love you guys. You guys have made my career by the support that you gave me. I wouldn't be where I'm at, and I love those guys, and I owe a lot to them for the success that we had.
Thank you so much for leaving it all on the court. Thank you for representing yourself, your family. Thank you for representing Hampton in the way. And your life's work is still being remembered because you gave it your all.